Hey everyone, welcome to the session Testing Tools. Let's get started. When you hear the word testing tools, there are multiple things which comes to your mind. So the basic things are like what is a tool, why is it used? All these things are the questions which may be running in your mind. So yeah, let's get started with the session. There are multiple tools which are used in the market for manual and automation testing. Some of the widely used tools are like given here. So the first one, let's get started with the common tools which we use for testing. Some of the common tools which we use for testing is Jira, HPALM, Mantis. Jira is like a defect tracking and a planning management tool. HPALM also does the same work. And Mantis, we have defect tracking and then planning also. In few of the version of Mantis, we have the planning, requirement gathering, and all these things are there. So these are like some basic common tools which is used across all the projects for maintaining your defects, maintaining your status of the defects, maintaining what is happening with respect to the project, what is the delivery. All these things can be tracked using these tools. Yeah, when let's move on to the next one, that is different OS used for testing. So when you say testing, it may be any app which you are testing. It may be IoT applications, it may be desktop applications, it may be a watch application, it may be a mobile device application. There are multiple applications which is available in market. So when you say testing an application, you need to be specific on what kind of OS you are using, what kind of testing details you are doing, and all these things. So for example, we have multiple OS in the market: Windows, Mac, Firefox OS, Ubuntu, Android. In Mac alone, we have three different types of OS. One is TV OS, Watch OS, and the mobile OS. Same way goes for Android also. So yeah, these are some OS which we use for testing. Let's move to the next one, IDEs. So when you say IDEs, there are multiple IDEs available in market. It may be open source, it may be freeware. We it depends on the project basis what type of IDE which we are using. If it is a secure banking, we cannot use open source tools for that. So it will be a paid tool, and if there is customer data involved, and if the company doesn't want to share the data, in all those cases, we use a paid version of the tools. So few of the IDEs which we use widely is Eclipse, IntelliJ, Visual Studio, Android Studio, Xcode. All these are some IDEs which is used for maybe automation testing, or it may be unit testing, and it may be security testing, and it may be performance testing. Okay, yeah. Going ahead with the next one, CI/CD tools. What is CI/CD? CI/CD is nothing but continuous integration and continuous development. So when you say CI/CD, there are multiple tools which is available in market to maintain the end-to-end workflow of your applications. So you may create a framework, you can deploy the framework to the cloud repositories. All these things can be run automatically using a CI/CD. So every time there is a CI/CD involved, you can use anything. You can start the test, you can end the test, you can get the results automatically. All these things can be managed in a CI/CD tools. So few of the CI/CD tools are Jenkins, Terraform, Ansible. All these are some CI/CD tools. Okay, moving to the cloud repositories. There are multiple cloud repositories available. Cloud repository is nothing but maintaining your cloud in a shared space, that is a secured shared space, wherein only your team or your only you can access. Okay, you can even specify the access for the repositories. Some of the examples are GitHub, Confluence, Google Cloud, Microsoft OneDrive. All these are like some examples. There may be wide variety of cloud repositories used in any of the organization. So commonly used repositories are mentioned here. And moving ahead with API testing tools. So when you say API testing, testing the response request, all these things comes when you say API testing. There are two types of API. One is the SOAP, one is the REST. So any of these tools can be used to test the API. The Postman, SOAP UI, Apigee, JMeter, REST Assured, Karate. So these are like some basic tools. For example, if you consider Postman, you can even verify request and response. You can call the inbuilt methods of the Postman and then use it to validate the request and also to validate the response. The same thing can be done with any of the tools here. So, and moving to the next one, yeah, design verification tools. Why is design verification very important? So, when you consider any of the application testing, right, there should be something which you're comparing with. That comparison is the tools which the UI developer has used to show this is the workflow or this is the way it should be developed. So that is what you're verifying in the UI verification. So for few of the UI verifications, the tools which we use are Figma, Canva, Webflow. This is with respect to manual verification of all these things. When it comes to automation, we also validate the UI in automation. That is a different topic again. That we can use Apply tools. There are multiple tools available in market for UI validation using automation. Okay, moving to the automation testing tools. There may be again web application, mobile application, or a desktop app. So few of the tools which is used for automation testing is Selenium, APM for mobile application, Test Complete, Renorex, Vimium, Microsoft Focus, UFT. This was earlier known as QTP, Sequely, Robot Framework, Cucumber, Hybrid Framework. Hybrid is again a combination of two different uh, type of frameworks. So these are some basic things which we use for automation. And moving ahead with the last topic, that is programming languages. You might be, even if you are a manual developer, a programming language is a mandatory. At least you should be able to understand what is the logic behind the working of that particular functionality. So that is important. To break any functionality, you need to understand how a workflow is being done. So for that, we use multiple programming languages. N- One is Node.js, the other one is Java, and the other one is Python. So these are like the some basic programming language which is widely used across the market. Thank you.